Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Sheer Knowledge, and today we are going to have tutorial on SQL. So before going to the SQL, or we can say structured query language, we should know the basic definition of that. Before going to SQL, I would just say what is database, because SQL is work on database. A database is an organized collection of data so that it can be easily accessed and managed. Before SQL, what we are going to have, we are having a folder and an Excel in that. Database have tables in that, or you can say you can organize data into tables, rows, columns, and index to make it easier to find relevant information. So before this SQL or before this database, actually we are having this Excel. Excel, if we put in all one folder, different Excel in one folder, we can say that folder as work as a database. So week one is a database, or book one, take charges, select and navigate XLS are worked as a tables. So if I just open book one, it has the information of the students in there and having their marks in different subjects. So what I can say, this is the table which is stored in a single database week one. Similarly, if I just open different Excel, these are worked as a different database, different tables. Sorry. So if they are working as a different tables stored in a one database, we can not able to do easier calculation on that. Like book one is dependent on change view option, which is dependent on fill handle solution. So it's very complex to do all those type of stuff in the Excel and the folder part. But what database has done, they have made it easier, and in just a single query we can combine different tables. We can extract data from single table, from multiple table. We can extract data from multiple table in a single queries like this. So if I just go to the basic definition, here you can see I have a database in which there are different tables: customers, categories, employees, order details, orders, products, shippers, and supplier. And in just one query, I can extract different all the data in one output only. How can we are going to do that? We will show in see in a particular 5 minute or 10 minute, after 5 minute only. But let's understand what these tables do. So before that, I would just say what is MySQL and what SQL means. So you have seen database and the table name, but why we are doing SQL? So in any of the analytics company, or not only analytics, in any of the coding or any field you are going, you will see SQL there as a key language, because now handling all the Excels and working on that is a very tedious task. So every company has chosen SQL for their work. So if you are good in SQL, you can do a well paid job there, so that you can contribute to the company and to yourself also. So I just start with the SQL and we'll see different functionalities there. So in this tutorial, what I'm using w3schools.com website, because they have a built-in platform for SQL coding. I don't have to do anything from my end. Just open w3schools.com and you can start learning SQL from there. I will go through one by one all the steps written here, and will tell you how to start from here. Here first is their table name. We are having a table name of customers having 91 records, categories 8 records, employees 10 records, and all like this. So before first step, what we are going to do, we are going to have the select query. I will show you how to create the database, how to create the table name in the end of this lectures, because that will make you something like you have to work on. But other than those, all other queries are very simple and you can learn them in just 2 or 3 hours only. So first I will just go with the select. So if you want to see all the tables, all the attributes present there in customers and all the records in the customers, what I can just use, I can use select query. So select, SQL does not have very complex query language. It's a simple like what we speak in English. Same thing we have to just convert into some query language. To select what you want to select, let's say select star. I would just explain you what does star means. and from which table you want to have from customers, right? Only this query and run SQL. So what star do? Star extract all the columns from that customer table. So like customers have customer ID, customer name, contact name, address, city, postal code, country. So if you want the record of every column name, you can just put select star from customers. If you want to highlight only some of the like customer ID or separate comma separate by customer name. So what it do, it will just show you select only customer ID and the customer name columns from the customers. So if I just put run SQL, you will find only two columns, customer ID and customer names. And you can see the number of records are until now only 91. So if you want to extract all the columns, use star. And if you want to see only select only some particular columns like address, comma, city, comma, postal code. So you can write different columns from here from customers. Run SQL. So here it is saying two errors, but in actual it will not be there because these are separated by semicolon. So I just removed the first one and the run SQL, and it will put address, city, and postal code. Hope you understood this thing. Now going to second part. You are extracting the whole information from here. But let's say I just want city here from here, not everything. I just want city. Select city from customers. You can see there are total 91 records with city Berlin, Mexico DF, London, and everything here. But you can find there are some rows, those are getting duplicates. Rows we can call it tuples also, and columns as an attributes. Tuple, you can find that in database rows are named as tuple and columns are named as attribute. So there are different having same name in different tuple or in different rows. So how to extract only the distinct? So just put distinct before city, and it will just give you the distinct city name. So here initially you can see there are total 91 records, but when I put distinct you will find only 69 records, and now you don't find any duplicacy here. Similarly, what you can do, you can put city comma postal code. So now it will select the distinct of combined both thing, not only city, not only postal code, but using city and postal code. If I just run it, you will find total number of records are 87, it's less than 91 and it's greater than 69, which we are having earlier. So what they are doing, now you can see Mexico DF is there two times, but postal codes are different for both. So it will merge both and will select the unique of these things or the distinct of city and the postal code. Hope you understood distinct part only. Now coming to the limit. What limits do? If you want to extract the top 3 or top 4 only, like you want to restrict the number of records to 3 only, so what I will use limit 3. If I just run limit 3, you will find only 3 records are there, not more than that. So what it do, it just limit the number of rows here, that I want to only show 3 records, then I will just use limit 3. For comments, you can use double hyphen and it will make it come and then make it as a comment. So hyphen 11234 will not work, as if you can see select star from customers will give me these things. Now what I want to do, I want just to see the first 3 records of here. So what I will do, limit 3. So here if you just see, instead of 91 records, now I am having only 3 records of customer 1, 2, 3. If I want to see the top 10 records of the list available, so I will use 10 and you can see now it will say the 1 to 10. Now there is second part in here, limit also. If you are passing two parameters in that, 3 comma 10. So what it will do, it will give me from the third row and will give me till 10th of the 10 rows from there. But third row does not means that third row here, it's in array. If you just know array hyphen hyphen array work from 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. So the main thing is from third record, it means that it will start from the 0. So first I will just show you the answer. If you can see, it is not saying the third as a 3, but it's saying as a 4. So 0 here works as a 1, because if I just remove this 3 for now and will put run SQL. So 0 will work as a 1, 1 will work as a 2, 2 will work as a 3. So it will give me from the third row. Third from means from array third, which is the fourth here. I hope you are confused here, but let's take an example. Here only customer ID. I would just put cust ID, and here 0, it means 1. At 0 location, in array is 0 location, but here in customer ID you can say it's 1, comma. In array it's 1, but here customer ID is 2. 2 means 3, and again 4, again 5. So from third row means from the array third, which is actually fourth number in customer ID. That's why if I just put 3 comma 10, it start from the fourth element of customer ID and will work till 10 records, like from 4 to 13. If I just run it, you can see from 4 to 13. It start from the third record and will give me till the 10 records only. We can just see the usage of this limit also, so that we can easily able to do everything. Yeah. Hope you understood this thing. Now comes to the fourth point. I just remove everything here. So the thing is, now you want to order it somewhere. Like here, customer name, you can see it's ABC only. Yeah, contact name you can see. The first one, or I would just write select star from customers. So you can see contact names are not arranged in a ascending order or descending order. You can see A anywhere, then M in the starting, T at the middle, and C then again after T. I want to sort them. I want to sort all the records according to the contact name. So what I can just use order by. Order by. With whom you want to order? Contact name. So if I just use order by contact name and run the SQL, now you can see there are 91 records. These customers ID got displaced, misplaced, like there is no order of customer ID, but contact name now you can see are orders. Alexandro A, everywhere A, then B, then C. Now it's in order, ascending order. But there might be case you want it in the descending order. So there is a keyword DESC. Sorry, DESC. So it will just put all the contact name in the decreasing order. Now you can see ZBYS, ZEK, Yoni Moncada, Yoshi Tanamuri, Yoshi Latimer. Like this, you can see every thing in a decreasing order of the contact name. Now there might be cases, for example, customer name and contact name. You want to arrange first according to customer name, and then by the contact name. So what it will do, it will first order according to the customer name, and if both customer names are same, then it will order according to the contact name. Or so if I just run this, you can see if there are different ones. Okay, I don't see any customer name to be same. So select star, I just go for orders. Here in order, if I just see select star from orders, order by customer ID, And if I run the SQL, you can see customer IDs are now in increasing order 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 5 like this. But in the employee ID, you can see it's 2, 7, 3, 3, 4, 9, 6, and then 4, 8. It's okay. And in 5, if you just see, it's 8, 2, 3. But I want it in the increasing order only. So what I will do first, it will sort according to customer ID, and if customers ID are same, then it will sort according to the employee ID. So if order by customer ID is there, then it's like this. If I just put employee ID in descending order, run SQL. So what it will do, 2733. If you can just see 4, 8 and 4, 6, like 4 are same, then they are in decreasing order. Similarly, 5 you can just see it's 8, 3, 2 in decreasing order. Now if you just see for 7, they are 4, 7, but again you can see 5, 4, 3, 2. So this is the meaning of order by. If you are having different types of column, you want to sort on different columns. Now, if you want to see the customer ID in a decreasing order and employee ID both in decreasing order, then you can put a DSC in front of every attributes, like customer ID in decreasing order and then employee ID in decreasing order. And if you want more, what you can do, order date in ASC order. So what it do, it first it will sort customer ID in decreasing order. Then if he found two customer ID with same number like 89, 89, then what it will do, it will sort employee ID in decreasing order like 89 5 and then 89 4. Let's say 4 instead of 4 it's 5. Then what it will do, it will again do the order date according to ascending order. So like this, you can implement any number of orders by as per your requirement and everything that you need. Hope this is good. Now I will just show you how can you use your order by in customers only. Customers. Use of order by and the limit. Now let's say you want the third maximum customer ID. So what you can do first order by customer ID. Customer ID in decreasing order. So what will it print? It will print 91, 90, 89. Now you want the third highest customer ID. So what you can do? You can do the limit. Limit, you can pass two parameters and it will give you the exact third parameter. So it was like, or if you want a distinct only, so distinct customer ID from customers, order by customer ID, descending, limit, which number you want, third. So here you will write 2 comma how many number of records, only 1. So if you just see, this will give me the 89. If you want me to give the fourth element, like fourth highest, so what you will do, you will just put 3 and then run it. It will give you 88. If you want the maximum one, you don't have to pass any parameter, just put limit 1 and it will give you the customer ID of the maximum value. Hope you understood this, the use of limit, order by, and all these things. After this, we will come to the where clause. This is what we are doing from whole database. But there are sometimes requirement that you need only this condition. If this condition fulfilled, then only you can apply all other checks. So first, I will just doing select star from customers. So it will have all the 91 records, right? Now you want all the customers from the location which having country as a Germany. So now what I will do, select star from customers. Now I will use where clause. Where country equals to in a single. If it's a varchar or if it's a character, then you have to use single quote. If it's a number, you can put it directly. I will show you both example where country equals to Germany. So now what if I will just run it, I will get all the records when country is Germany, right? Hope you got this. If I want any other country also, any other country like Brazil, I will just put and country, and before this I would just put if postal code is 68306 and postal code equals to, now because it's a number, 68306, no need of passing any single quotes. Now if you just see, it will give me a single record because these conditions are fulfilled by only one row only. If I want either it's Germany or the postal code is 68306, I would just use or. Or means either this condition is getting fulfilled or this condition will get fulfilled. It will print all those number of rows. So if you just see that total 11 records because this is the subset of this one only, right? So postal code country is this and or postal code is this one, right? I would just give you more clear example. Run SQL. There is a postal code 05021 and the country is Germany. So where country equals to Germany or postal code equals to 05021. If I just run it, it will give me all the conditions when country is Germany or when the postal code is 05021. Right. Now I want all the records when country equals to Germany or country equals to Mexico. If I just run this, it will give all the rows when the country is Germany or when the country is Mexico. But instead of writing this different times, like if I just want many or different countries, I don't want to put it in different. I would just use in condition. So what in takes a list where country in, open a bracket, then either it will be Germany or it can be Mexico. If I just run this SQL, then also we will get the same output, that all the Germany and the Mexico. If I want any other place, I can just put it here like France. If I just want to use France or Brazil, I can say Brazil, run SQL. You can see Germany, Mexico, Brazil. Hope you understood the in command and also the or and end command. Now I will just show you between command. Between I can use it in the number like where customer ID, customer ID between, let's say 10 and 20. So it will give all the records when the customer ID is between 10 to 20. Between includes the upper limit and the lower limit both. So 10 and 20 both are the part of this between 10 and 20. What else you can write it here? Customer ID is greater than equals to 10 or customer ID is less than equals to 20. And instead of or, we will use and only because I want a condition of both satisfying when it is greater than 10 and it is less than 20. So again, it will give me the same records. If I just put it here 15, so it will print me from 15 to 20. And if I want to exclude the 15 and 20, what I will just use, I will remove the equal sign. So it will be customer ID greater than 15 and customer ID less than 20. So it will be 16 to 19. Now we will start with the where condition of like we will see different more types of attributes in the like function. So again, if we just run the select star from customers, we have all the 91 records. But now I want all the records where country name start with G, or let's say take country name start with B. So where country like, we use like operator if we don't know the full value. Like if I would just say country name equals to Germany, then I will use equals to. But now I am saying all the countries starting with G, then I will use like operator. Here in this case, what I am speaking about Brazil or every other thing. So B, I will just write B and the percentage. So percentage means any value after B will comes in this where condition. So if I just run it, I will just see Brazil and Belgium. Every entries are there. Like it start with B and then any early value. If I want any value in between them, then I can just put percentage. Let's say I'm taking I. So any of the country who starts, ends, or have I in it, anything like percentage can be null. I would just replace it with null also. I can have any value similarly at the end. I will just show you the example and then I will go out here. Like here, first percentage have taken with MEX and the last percentage will be taken by the CO. So Mexico is the part. Similarly, first percentage is taken by SPA and the last percentage is taken by N. So Spain. But what I can see, I can also see Italy. Like first one is null and the last one take all the TALY. So Italy. But here you will say I just put down the small case, but I am having uppercase also. So it means like is in case sensitive. To make it case sensitive, what I will use binary operator also. So like binary I, it will remove all the case insensitive and it becomes case sensitive. So now only small I should be there. So Mexico, Spain, Mexico, Brazil, Australia, Spain, every value is there, but you don't find I, Italy here. If I just rename with I with caps lock I, you can see Italy here. Italy, Ireland, these countries are there because it starts with capital I, but not does not contain small I. But if I just remove binary also from here, so what I will see again, I will see Mexico, Brazil, Austria, Italy, Ireland, everything. So that's the case with like percentage. There is another one which have underscore. Underscore have only one value. So ITALY. Again, it will be in case sensitive. I can be small, can be long, but the value should be any one value should fit in between them. So here the condition is Italy, ITALY. Like only one value can be there. If I just replace I with I, then also I will have the Italy value. But if I want to make it case sensitive, I will use again binary operator, binary Italy. Now it will return null because there is no value which starts with small I. But if I just replace with caps lock I will have Italy. But there might be some case when you have underscore in the address or in the country only. So if you want underscore as a value, I will use a slash and then underscore. Now it will take this value as a single character having underscore, right? So that's all from the like operator. Now I will go further with the min max count. Like there are functions also here. So if I just move to the country, select start from customers, right? You will see every records 91 records. But I want this to be printed as a output. So there is a function count star. This will return the total number of rows in the customers. If I just run it, you will find count star is 91. Details, order details. Right. So there, what I can see, there is order detail ID, order ID, or product ID, and the quantity. Now, if I want to know all the total number of records in this table, what I will use? I will use the count star, right? As I explained earlier, I will use count star, and it will return me 2155. But now, what I want to see, I want to know the number of quantities order, total number of quantities order. So what I will do sum of quantity. So what it will return? It will return me the sum of all the quantities in this table. If I want any condition particular, what I can use? I can use the where product ID equals to 11. Right? First, I will just show you till here, and then I will come to the last part. So you can see sum of quantities 51317, and if I just add the last record also, where product ID is 11, then you can find the sum is 706. Now my second question is, how many different product ID have the div sum? Like, I want to make the condition not like this. I don't want to be make it individually. What I want, how was the sum of product ID 11, was the sum of product 11 ID 42, similarly 41. I want the sum of all the records for individual product ID. So what I can do, I can write product ID, comma, sum of quantity, right? Quantity. But we will have to use the group by function. Group by product ID. What does this group by do? It nothing has to do anything with the product ID, but we are using sum. Sum actually do the sum of on all the records. Now I want to do sum on the product ID only, like individual product ID. So what I did, I make the group of all the product ID. So one group of product ID 11 have all the records of product ID 11 only. Like 11 have quantity 12, again 11 have quantity different, like was the value there. It will have, it make a group of product ID 11, again it makes another group of product ID 42, another group of product ID 72. So now what if I just run it, I will get the sum of individual product ID. Product ID 1 has the sum of quantity 828, product ID 2 has the sum of 1057, product ID 3 has a sum of 328, right? The product group by is used whenever we are using any aggregate function, and all the variable outside the aggregate function will be covered under group by. Now different group by, how many variables are there outside the aggregate function? Order ID, order ID, comma, product ID. So now it make a group of combining both. So if product ID is 11, order ID is 10248 and 10247. So it will be now in two different group. Order ID 10247, 11 and 10248 and 11. And according to that group, how many sum of quantities there, that will be printed outside. If I just run this, you can just see order ID 10248, product 11, order by product ID. So now you can see for individual product ID, order ID 10838, I have different sum. Like sum is 4 if order ID and product ID is this. If order ID is this, product ID is 1, then the sum of quantity is 20. Right? Now if I just want to see the maximum of quantity from order details group by this value, again this is the maximum value I am having. So order ID this, product ID this is the maximum value. If I want to get the maximum quantity, if I want to get the maximum quantity, what I will use? I will use order by max quantity. But how to use this? So I will make it as alias. So maximum quantity as maximum quantity as maximum, order by maximum. If you just see here, it's written maximum quantity, but now you will see here written as a maximum. See, order by maximum 1, and I want to show it in decreasing order, so DESC, and if I just run it, I will see that order ID 11072, product ID 64 has the maximum quantity as there. So 130 quantity has been shipped for 11072 order ID and product ID 64. Hope you understood this aggregate function was the use of group by and was the use of order by. Now the second condition, I want to get all the maximum quantities having more than 100 values. If you just see here, there are values less than 80, 70 like this only. So more than 80, you will be thinking I would be writing after from where maximum is greater than 100. But it will not work here if I am using any aggregate function and need to have a condition on that value, then I have to use having, and that will be comes after group by having maximum greater than 100. Right, for now I will just remove this and I will show you the error. What's error it will throw if I use where instead of having. So run SQL. Now if you just see, these are have total records of or 13 records having values greater than 100 only. I will not see any value less than 100. But what will be the output if I just use where instead of having? So it will throw me the error that maximum in where clause, unknown column maximum in where clause. So if you want to put any aggregate on the any condition on the aggregate function, I have to use having, not where. This is just a simple scenario. If I want to put product on a condition on product ID, so where product ID equals to 1, group by order ID, product ID having maximum greater than 100, then it will not there. Let's check what value is there. Product ID is 39. Okay. So I would just write where product ID equals to 39. Group by order ID, product ID having maximum greater than 100, order by this. So I will be having one record 10764, 39 and 130. So if you want any condition on the simple attributes or simple columns present in the table, then I will use where clause. But if I am doing on the aggregate function like maximum quantity, which I declared as maximum in the runtime only, so I would use the having function. Hope you understood this. Every time you have to put condition on aggregate function output, use having. If you want simple on columns, then use where condition. Right? Coming to the joins. So what does join means? So joining is actually joining two different tables and getting a single output from combining two tables on a particular primary key or foreign key. Like we just combine one primary key with the other foreign key, other table foreign key to get the combined output. For example, let's take customers. What it have? It has a customer ID, customer name, contact name, address, city, postal code, country. And what does order details? Order has? Order has order ID and the customer ID, employee ID, order date, and shipper ID. It's the foreign key because customer ID work as a primary key for the customer's table. Now, what I want city of customer here, like city of customer, having given any order in orders. So select customers, select city from customers and with whom I want inner join. Inner join, what it do, I would just explain you. Inner join with orders, orders. And on what condition I want? On orders dot customer ID equals to customers dot customer ID, right? So what I want city, city of customers. So I would just write customers dot city from customers inner join orders, and the condition is that orders customer ID should be equals to customers customer ID. If I just run it, I would get 830 records. Like I would get all the city of the customers and who I'm given orders in the orders table. So now how it works? Actually, what it do, it combines both the table. Inner join means that the entry should be present in both customers and the orders. And when the condition matches, like when this condition match, then only it will print the output. For example, there might be cases that there are customers which has been there in the customers table, but they have not given any orders. So their entries will not be present in this table. For example, if I just use customer city and I would just use, let's say, order ID, order dot order ID also. So the one who has given order ID 10248 is of the city Helsinki, right? So this is the one for inner joint. If I just go with this example, or orders.order ID, customers.customer name, orders, customer ID is this. So what I would get, the one I would just use inner join. So total records you can see 830. So the one who has given order ID 10248 is of customer name William Kala. If I want to write it as a city also, so customers dot city. So it will have that order ID given 10248 by customer name William Kala is live in the city Helsinki. But what is this orders, customers? Why we are writing it again and again? There are some attributes or some columns that are present in both orders also and the customers also. For example, customer ID. If I just write customer ID in front of it, customer ID. How will SQL know which customer ID should it take? Should it take orders customer ID or should it take customers customer ID? So to differentiate it, we write orders dot customer ID means it will take the ID of the table orders, right? We don't need to write it here if it is present in only one table. Like order ID, we know is present in orders table. Customer name also is present in customers table. So we can instead of writing again and again, we can just name. So this is the one orders ID or customer. So this is the of the customer orders table. Customer ID, order ID is present only in orders, so it will does not have any problem in finding it out. This similarly customer name. If there are tables with having huge name, so what I can do, I can just write it O in front of one table and C in front of another table. So what it did make, it makes an alias of the orders. So orders O. So instead of writing full orders, I would just write O, and instead of writing customer, I would just write C. I have to write it every place O and C. Yeah. So every place where I have written orders, I just rename it to the O. So now instead of writing orders again and again, what I can do, I can just write O dot customers ID and like this, and it will work. Now city, and there are second alias for the column name. For column name, we need to use as cities. If I just write cities, so instead of city, I would be having cities here written, right? So if you want alias of a column, you have to write as. If you are writing alias of the table, you don't have to write any as there. Hope you understood it, right? Now there are second type of thing. I would just go with the joins and would like you tell you what are the different joins, and then you will be able to clearly understood, right? So joins are of actually four type. Inner join means and that there are some entries present in table 1, there are some entries present in table 2. It will print only those entries which are present in both the table 1 and table 2. If they are present in both the table, then only those output will be available, otherwise not. If we are using left join, then all the entries of table 1 will be there and table 2 will be null whose values are not matching, but whose values are matching, we are getting the matched value there. So for example, this block, I would be having values in table 2. So table 1 entries and table 2 entries will mix, and for all these it will be null values. Similarly, for right, it will print all the values of table 2 and the matched value of table 1. For example, for inner join, you can see there are 830 records, right? But what if I did it right join? Uh, for order ID and the customer ID, because I have reason O, if I just write C, you can see there are no customer ID in the orders whose name is customer name is Fisaka, Fissa Fabrica as SA and Paris specialties in Madrid and Paris. If I just use C dot customer ID, you can see customer ID is also present here. So there are two customer ID 2257 which are not present in the orders table. So those values are null, but all others entries are of the customers table are present here, right? Hope you understood it. So right join means all the entries of the table 2 will be there, but not of table 1. So what is table 1 and table 2? The table written with from is table 1, and written after right after join actually is the table 2. No matter on where what condition you have put here, it does not matter on this table, but table 1 is written after from and table 2 is written after join. Now you will be asking why we are having left join and right join. If I just replace the table 2 with table 1 and table 1 with table 2, then our left join will work as a right join only. Yeah, you are correct, thinking right. If this is the only procedure it follows, but sometimes when you start working in analytics company and there, you will find there are different conditions you took to create table 1 and then different conditions you took to create table 2. Now if you want to do left join only, and you find that table 2 is here and table 1 is here, like opposite condition, and you want left join, so it's become very tedious task to replace both the queries from each other. So what we do, we use right join only to get the final output. For example, I would just say, hmm, take here example, we are having only orders and customers, but let's say orders has been came after combining 5 tables and customers came after combining 6 tables. Now what we have to do, we have to replace customers with orders and orders with customer, which become very tedious task, right? So that's why we use right join and left join. The outer join does not support in MySQL, but we can make it full outer join by using two different queries. First, I will explain you the union, which we'll be using to make the full outer join. So you can see there is a table customers, which give a customer ID, customer name, contact name, address, city, postal code, and country, right? And there is again a suppliers table, which again gives supplier ID, supplier name, contact name, address, city, postal code, country, phone number. Now I want to extract all the cities present in the customers and the suppliers, right? So what I will do, I will use select city from customers or select city from suppliers. But I want to combine both, then I will use union function and I will use order by city. So what it gave me the customers having city from the customers table and all the city from the suppliers, and then I will combine both in a row. So union is used to combine number of records in a row, and simple comma does to combine columns in different tables, right? So if I just run it, I would get 94 records, and if you can just see, these are all the distinct cities. So union actually replay does not contains any duplicate value. So if any duplicacy is there, then it will remove the duplicate value. If you want to maintain the duplicate value, I will use union all. If I just run union all, you will see that number of records become 120. So there are some cities which are present in both customers and suppliers. or there are might be records customer city and the supplier city, and it union all every value will be there, right? So you can see here also, right? So total records are 120. Now if I want customer names and the supplier name both, so the condition is supplier name and the customer name, customer name comma city from suppliers. If I just run this SQL, I will get all the 120 records because there are no duplicates. See, I can use union or union all also to make it find all the records from the suppliers and the customers. So hope you understood this union all also. Union and the union all. Union are used to combine the rows in for different tables. And union actually remove the duplicates value. And if you want to retain all the duplicates value, then you have to use union all. Now I explained you that you can't do full join there, right? If you just have used this joins function, I've explained you the left join and the right join, but there is no function full outer join in MySQL. So how can you generate this full outer joins? Like it will give you the all values from the table one, all values from the table two, and if there is a match, then it will merge both the entries. If there is not in the table one entries, it makes table two as a null, and in table two entries, is make table one values as a null, right? So how can you do it? So simple ways. First, use the left join, then use the right join and make it as a union. So union will remove the duplicates value. So this join, the one in the middle, will be appear one time only, and this table one will be there, and then table two will be there. So you will find that left join, union, right join will make your full outer join. Hope you understood it. Let's take with the example also. The simple example that we are working, right? So this example does not work. So what I will do, I will do left join. I will remove from here union. Again, I will copy paste this thing down, and instead of left, I will do it right. So what it is doing, first it is using left join on customers and orders to get the name and order ID, and then it is using the right join to get the customer name order ID from customers and orders. Now, if I just did the union, then what it did, it creates our full outer join. Hope you understood this join functionality also. There is one more table, self join, which I would just explain you now. So self join does not have any join in it. It's just a simple select customer name. Let's say, and the condition is you want to get all the customers in a single city. Like find the list of all the customers belonging to the same city. So I would just use customer name from customers, and I would just write C1, comma, again customers, and what I will write C2. So I would write C1 dot customers name, comma, C2 dot customer names, customer name. Now where C1 dot customer ID is not equals to C2 dot customer ID. Why I'm using ID and not name? Because there might be condition that two different customer have the same name, but we know that their IDs will be different. So I'm using where C1 dot customer ID is not equals to C2 dot customer ID, and let's say country equals to Brazil. So run SQL. I think yeah. So it would be C1 or C2, any country, because country is present in both customers. So I have to specify which country I am talking about, right? So if you just see, These are the different customers, like what we can do. Commercia Mineiro, Alfred Fusque live in the same country, city, Brazil, right? So with this example, you can do the self join, like you are combining C1 with its own table C2. Both are the tables. Hope you understood joins, and let's now cover the create, insert, update of the tables. So that because for now what I have used the created tables, but when you are working, you first have to create the tables, and then only you can start working with the extraction, manipulation of the data, and everything, right? So let's see the create and update and delete tables, or we can say DML operations of the table, TDL and DML operations of the tables. So now to create table, we will use the create function. There are two functions, create or replace. What create do? If the table is created, then it will throw an error if we are again creating the table. But if we are using create or replace, what we are getting, we are replacing the created tables. So for now, I am using the create only. So create table customers bulk int this ID is of type int, name is of varchar 50, and city is of varchar 30. If I just run SQL, you can see I created a customer bulk. Right now, what I want to do, I want to insert the data in it. So first, I would just use insert into customer bulk, which is my table name. Values, what I have passed first is integer. So integer, let's say ID is 1. What's my name? There is customer name, let's say ABC, and the city, let's say I am living in Belgium. So one row affected. So what if I do select star from customers bulk? If I just run the SQL, I would get ID as a 1, name as ABC, and city as a Belgium. Now, if I want to add multiple values in a single line, so what I can do, I will again copy this function, Control C, Control V, and then again I will write values only. So let's say I'm writing in this only so that it would be easily readable. 2, comma, X, Y, Z, comma, Delhi. Because it's already there, the 3, ABCD, Belgium 1, and after this put comma and then again values. If I just run this, I would be getting, sorry, there we don't need any value again. Just run this and you have made changes to the database row affected too. So now if I again see this value, Control C, Control V. Now I can see there are ID 1, ABC Belgium, which is previous 3 and 2. Now there might be possible I want to insert into customer bulk from the customers table only. So what I would do, I would just write the name like this. If I just refresh it, you can see your customer bulk is present here also. So insert into customer bulk, select what I need to select, customer ID, comma, customer name, comma, city from customers where Let's say city equals to Germany. Germany is there or not? I need to check. Yeah, made changes to the database, but it does not change. Why? Because customer city is Berlin actually. I would just write Berlin. Berlin. Right? If I just made run SQL, it's case sensitive actually. Berlin, run SQL. And then you can see one entries has been added here. If I want to enter more one, then I can use London. Right? I just use London, London, and run the same query. Rows affected are 6, so total become 10. If I just rerun it again, you can see number of records are 3 actually in the starting, but now it's 10. And you can see the entries are recorded from those tables also, Berlin and all the Londons. Right? This is how you can create your insert query using the previous different tables, or you can make using the values also. Second thing is, now you want to update the value. Now let's say you want to update XYZ to ABCDE, where city is Delhi. So what I will do, I would just write update query, update what I have to update customers bulk, customers bulk, set what I have to set customer set name equals to ABCDE. Now what's the condition where city equals to Delhi? If I just hit it, you can see row affected is 1. Here initially when its city is Delhi, it's written XYZ, but now if I again rerun it, you can see it's ABCDE. Now the third thing is you have to delete the sum of the rows. Let's say you have to delete all the IDs which is started from the 1. So what you will use? You will use delete query. Sorry, delete what I have to delete from customer bulk. I have to delete from customers bulk where ID equals to 1, right? So if I just hit it, you can see 2 rows are affected. And if I again rerun it, there are ID1 ABC and ID1 Alfres Puteskerste. Now you can see those IDs are not present in the customer bulk, right? So this is the insert, update and delete on the table rows. Now there might be conditions when you have to update the table only, like you have to insert one more table. So alter, you use alter condition table. Which table you have to alter? Customer bulk. You have to alter the customer's bulk where you have to add what you want to add. Let's say contact name. And which type of it will be? Varchar 20, right? So what it will do, it will add as different one additional column contact name in the customer bulk. So here initially you can see there are 3 only, but now again I will write it. It will be contact name with the null values. So for dropping the whole table, what I can just write down, drop table customers bulk. If I just run it, you can see you have made changes to the database and the whole table is dropped down. So you can find no such table customers bulk.